Children's Day was established in 1954 as Universal Children's Day to promote international togetherness, awareness among children worldwide, and to improve on children's welfare. World Children's Day offers each of us an inspirational entry point to advocate, promote, and celebrate children's rights, translating into dialogues and actions that will build a better world for children. The theme of International Children's Day 2022 is investing in our future, means investing in our children. With the importance of children in the society and the theme of this year's celebration, the Eagle today is packaged to commemorate Children's Day and their importance in shaping the future. Hello and thanks for joining us on the Eagle. My name is Aisha Muhammad.
I am Abdurrashid Bawa. I stand against corruption. I call on every patriotic Nigerian to lend their voices in this crusade. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Together we'll make Nigeria great.
We start today's program with the Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, expressing concerns about corruption cases being lost due to technicalities at various levels of court in the country. He stressed that such development may serve as a disincentive to the fight against economic and financial crimes. Bawa stated this in Abuja while giving his opening remark at the three-day capacity building workshop themed Judicial Dynamism, a key factor in the fight against economic and financial crimes, organized for judicial officers, corruption investigators, and prosecutors. Abbas Abubakar Umar was there and tells us more.
The EFCC chairman Abdurrashid Bawa said that corruption cases being lost on technical grounds have a way of building confidence in corrupt elements and negatively affecting the cherished image of the judiciary. He said the EFCC as a commission does not expect every judicial decision to go the way of the commission, but that there are instances the EFCC and many Nigerians have been left at a loss about certain judicial decisions where defendants who obviously have stolen the nation's commonwealth and those who have aided and abetted them have been allowed to go home to enjoy their proceeds of crime on technical grounds. Bawa said this has the tendency of affecting negatively the cherished image of and confidence in the Nigerian judiciary, both locally and internationally. He stressed that the EFCC holds the view that corruption is a plague that does not select its victims, as those stealing and abusing the nation's common patrimony do not wish the citizens well. He further stated that judges are as much victims of corruption as the ordinary man on the street and should, in the collective interests of the country, ensure that the gains of the fight against corruption are not reversed.
As a commission, we do not expect every judicial decision to go our way, but there are instances the EFCC and many Nigerians have been left at a loss about certain judicial pronouncements and decisions, where defendants who obviously have stolen our commonwealth and those who have aided and abetted them have been allowed to go home to enjoy their proceeds of crime on technical grounds. This has the tendency of affecting negatively the cherished image of and confidence in the Nigerian judiciary, both locally and internationally. In the Commission, we hold the view that corruption is a plague that does not select its victims. It is deliberate and calculated. Those stealing and abusing our common patrimony do not wish us well. Judges are as much victims of corruption as the ordinary man on the street. It is therefore in our own collective interest that the gains of the fight against corruption are not reversed.
Reviewing the impact of the EFCC in the fight against economic and financial crimes in its 19 years of existence, the EFCC boss stressed that the commission has carved a niche for itself with numerous milestones to its name, while commending the judiciary for its role in making the convictions recorded possible. The EFCC chairman advocated for an enhanced welfare package for the judges and justices. Bawa also commended President Muhammadu Buhari for signing into law the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022, the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022, and the Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Act 2022, while expressing optimism that the new laws will serve as significant legal instruments that will further strengthen and deepen the anti-corruption war. On the issue of corruption cases being lost on technical ground, President Muhammadu Buhari said that this is an issue generating concern among Nigerians. He said that every corruption case lost on technical ground raises question about judicial commitment to the fight against corruption, as perpetrators of corruption, economic and financial crimes should not be allowed to escape the justice they deserve based on grounds of technicalities and conservatism. Speaking at the event, President Muhammadu Buhari pointed out that the judiciary should not see itself or act as mere spectators or bystanders while criminals exploit mere technicalities to escape with the nation's commonwealth, get bolder, or embolden others to continue in the unwholesome act of corruption. President, who spoke through the Secretary to the Government of the Federation SGF Boss Mustafa, charged judicial officers to consciously aim to plug loopholes being exploited in the laws by criminal elements in our midst.
It is against this background that I commend the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the National Judicial Institute for coming up with this workshop as a strategy to improve collaboration between the judiciary and other relevant stakeholders in the justice sector. I understand that this workshop is the fourth in the series, and I commend the initiative and the consistency exhibited so far, which is extremely relevant to addressing emerging issues in our unceasing collective quest to combat the menace of corruption in our nation.
In his goodwill message, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami SAN commended the EFCC and the National Judicial Institute NJI for collaborating over the years in building capacity for judicial officers. He stressed that technological advancement and globalization have made it imperative for law enforcement agencies and the judiciary to be up to date with emerging trends.
We are aware that technological advancements and globalization have brought about increase in digital activities and transactions. Economic and financial crimes have moved to the digital world, and cybercrime has become focal domain of criminals. There is need, therefore, to bring our judiciary and the law enforcement agencies up to date with emerging digital trends.
Also at the event, Chief Justice of Nigeria and Chairman Board of Governors NJI Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad assured that the workshop will identify factors that have served as impediments to the effectiveness of the EFCC and the judiciary, who are veritable tools for the prevention and successful prosecution of financial crimes cases in Nigeria. Other issues raised at the opening ceremony of the workshop are collaboration between the legislative arm of government and the judiciary in drafting and enacting laws, among others. Senate President Ahmad Ibrahim Lawal, Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, President Court of Appeal Justice Monica Dangban Mensem, and other top government officials also graced the occasion. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
It has been generally agreed that the most important institution in the human society is the family. This is primarily because of its being the first line of influence on the young minds of the children who learn from what they see their parents do or say. They are also very receptive of what their teachers and peers do or say at school, and eventually grow up imbibing those values learned. That is where the issue of corruption comes in. Do children learn corrupt practices from their parents, teachers, or adults around them? What are the effects of these corrupt practices, and how can they be shielded or empowered to fight against corruption? To talk about this and other related issues is our guest of the week, who is a Deputy Director, Creative Engagement of the Public Affairs Department of the EFCC, Nwaima Okeanu, who answered questions from our little Miss Harriet from Model Secondary School, Maitama, Abuja. Over to you, Harriet.
Thank you, Auntie Aisha. We, the Nigerian children, celebrated our day on Friday, last week. Until now, there are some issues we have to sort out so that our future can be better. One of such issues is the economic and the financial crime. As children, we are asking, what can we do to fight against this evil? Answering our question is Deputy Director, Creative Engagement, Public Affairs Department, EFCC, Nwaima Okeanu. Auntie Nwaima, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Harriet.
So I'd like to ask, how do economic and financial crimes affect children in Nigeria?
Harriet, economic and financial crimes affect children in diverse ways, starting with education. Children are supposed to be taught. But what do we get today? Most schools, especially the tertiary institutions, are on strike. If they don't go to school, what happens to their future? And what is happening now that has left so many young people on the streets? So many of them have gone into Yahoo. So many of them have gone into armed robbery. So many of them are touts on the streets of Nigeria, which means our future is really bleak. What do they say? The future belongs to children. And if the children are not educated, it means their future is being blighted. What about the schools that they even attend? There are no amenities in the schools. Children in some schools sit on blocks and logs of wood to learn. In some towns and villages, they don't even have proper school buildings. And you see children sitting to learn under trees, yes. It's terrible for a country as big as Nigeria. There are no lights. Children study without efficient light. That's why so many are having serious eye problems. Our hospitals, health, they say, is wealth. Where are we going with our health system? Corruption has blighted that sector. Drug abuse is happening as a result of corruption. Economic and financial crimes. Because people were given contracts, paid to supply these amenities, to build hospitals, equip them properly, but they're not doing so. And so the ripple effect comes back to the children.
What can we, as Nigerian children, do to help in the fight against economic and financial crimes?
The fight, they say, starts with me. And so it starts with you, Harriet, and every other child out there. Let's make integrity the watchword of every child. Integrity means what? Doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Good. What you can do as a child, as a Nigerian child, to help in the fight against economic and financial crimes, like I've mentioned earlier. Study, ask questions. Wherever you find corruption or any economic crime happening, please
learn to speak up.
Speak up. And recently, the EFCC has an app. All young children, most young children know how to use these appliances. Please do look for it, the Eagle Eye app. Do you have a phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you on the internet?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Go to the Eagle Eye app, download it on that phone. And even if it's somebody close to you, ask questions. And if you see anything happening that is wrong, please, you need to report. It is a civic responsibility of every child to help in the fight against economic and financial crimes.
What measure has the EFCC taken in making Nigerian children partners in realizing the mandate of this commission?
Oh, we've done so much. For a very long time, the EFCC has been doing sensitization programs in schools, primary, secondary, university. It's been happening. And the essence is, like we said earlier, for you to learn and know how to speak out against it. So in the primary and secondary schools, we have what we call integrity clubs. By the way, I think we're about to set up integrity club in your school very soon, and it will be good for you to be a member. Join the integrity clubs in your school, and then the essence is for you to learn all the things you need to know. We sensitize children, we go to schools, and then schools also come to us, and each time we talk to them about this menace, about this crime, and really for every child to be involved. Even when you pass out from secondary school and enter the university, the process continues. In these universities, higher institutions, we have what we call the zero tolerance clubs. You know, after your integrity, you learn about integrity in the integrity clubs. So you continue with the crusade.
As we celebrate Children's Day in Nigeria,
Yes.
what is your message to all stakeholders as far as children and the anti-graft war are concerned?
Everyone needs to be on board. Everyone, we need to rethink and go back to the basics. Let's do the right thing, even when no one is watching us.
Thank you, Auntie Waima, for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Harriet.
That's it on this segment of the program. Please, fellow children, let's join EFCC and Nigeria as a whole to stand against economic and financial crimes and all forms of corruptions. We are Nigeria, and together we can make her better. My name is Harriet Ogenochukwu Orwa. Let's go back to Auntie Aisha in the studio for the rest of the program.
Thank you, Harriet, for that interview. And as rightly stated by Waima Okiano, always do the right thing. Stand for integrity, always. Mothers and fathers, teachers, nurses and doctors, government leaders and civil society activists, religious and community elders, corporate moguls and media professionals, as well as young people and children themselves, can play an important part in making World Children's Day relevant for their societies, communities and nations. Our little Miss Damsel, Inena Miracle Ebakalu, who is representing the Eagle team today, went to gauge the minds of her mates on what the role of children is in the fight against economic and financial crimes. Over to you, our little miss.
Hello, my name is Queen Nina Miracle Ebakalu, the winner of Little Miss Damsel Nigeria 2021 and a student of Readington American International School. I am a Nigerian child, the future of Nigeria. I deserve a better future, and that's why I stand firmly against economic and financial crime. Right now, I'm here with kids just like me to find out the role we ought to play in the war against economic and financial crime. Can I ask you a question? Yes. What's your name?
My name is Akan.
Wow, what a lovely name. So, what does financial crime mean to you?
Financial crime involves taking money or other property from someone else in a dubious way for your own benefits. This is illegal in every society, but it is a crime.
Thank you, Akan. Excuse me, can I please talk to you?
Yes, sure.
What's your name?
My name is Precious Sidikari.
Wow. So, I want to ask you a question. Is it only the government that is able to fight against economic and financial crime?
Fighting against the economy and financial crime starts with you and I. It begins with my parents, my siblings, my neighbors, my classmates, my teachers, my friends, everyone around me. But first, it begins with me.
Thank you. Excuse me. What's your name?
My name is Kuba Ayeni.
Okay. I want to ask you a question. How can you, as a child, fight against corruption in your community?
I can contribute to the fight against economic and financial crime by creating awareness of the negative effect of such crime. I can report anyone I know who is involved in such illegal acts to the school authority, my parents, or guardian.
Thank you. What's your name?
Demilare Dongo.
Okay, I would like to ask you a question. What are some examples of financial crime?
Financial and economic crime covers the following offense: cybercrime, money laundering, terrorist financing, bribery and corruption, fraud. It is good to know that EFCC is making the utmost efforts to fight against economic and financial crime. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful. The Nigerian child deserves a better future. We implore the government, parents, teachers, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, and everyone to help shape and give the Nigerian child a greater future. We all have a part to play in the killing of these monsters, crippling our future by speaking against corruption. Stop corruption, economic and financial crime now before EFCC will get you.
You heard our future leaders. The Nigerian child deserve a better future, and they are calling on everyone to join this crusade and bring an end to economic and financial crimes so we all have a better Nigeria with better amenities. Before we end the program, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC wishes to inform the public that it has launched a virtual town hall meeting called EFCC Connect to expand its reach and engagement with citizens within and outside the country. EFCC Connect is an online program designed to engender close interface and collaboration with the Nigerian public, provide answers and clarification to issues, sensitize and educate them on the war against economic and financial crimes using the social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. This move is in line with one of the objectives of the Commission's Strategic Plan 2021 to 2025, which is to increase the level of public engagement in the fight against economic and financial crimes. The public is enjoined to be part of the weekly conversation, which will be transmitted live on the official handles of the EFCC at Official EFCC at 6 p.m. every Wednesday. And that concludes our program for the day. We will be back next week, same time, same station. Don't forget to keep a date with us. Always remember that you can send an email to info@efcc.gov.ng and speak to our officers and representatives on 0809 3322 644 and follow us on all our social media platforms at Official EFCC for all matters relating to economic and financial crimes. If you see fraud happening, use the EFCC mobile app, the Eagle Eye. Download the app, follow the steps, and report fraud on the go. You can also take pictures of corrupt practices and upload them. My name is Aisha Muhammad, and I am leaving you with this. Happy Children's Day. Believe in yourself and follow your dreams. And remember, you are loved today and forever. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Please do stay safe, be kind to one another, and enjoy the rest of the week.